Look, I get it. Every game ever made would be perfect for Switch. But think about it. What actually makes a game perfect for the handheld console? We'll look no further for an example than to Octopath Traveler. Its fast-paced and episodic nature sets it apart as a perfect JRPG for the Nintendo Switch. To understand why this is the case, we first need to look into what games influenced Octopath Traveler. Final Fantasy The Four Heroes of Light was released in 2009 and 2010, first in Japan and then in the US and Europe. It was published by Square Enix and produced by Tomoya Asano. Four Heroes of Light employed the boost command in place of magic points, and was displayed similarly to boost points in Octopath Traveler, though their function was more like Brave points from Bravely Default. Four Heroes of Light also boasted an expansive job system that was heavily influenced by prior Final Fantasy games. The spiritual successor to the Four Heroes of Light was Bravely Default, and was again produced by Tomoya Asano. The Brave and Default system was the evolution of the boost command from the previous game. By braving, a character could take multiple actions in one turn. Each character would gain one brave point per turn, but using the default command, which buffed the character's defense, would grant an extra brave point the next turn. The system changed the way JRPG battles were played, shifting from an all-out attack at all times mentality that a lot of games encourage, and rewarded a player by taking a turn to go on the defensive. On top of this unique battle system, Bravely Default expanded upon the class system of Four Heroes of Light and made it more akin to that of Final Fantasy Tactics. Being able to have a skill list from 2 different classes available at a time, plus the added benefit of equipping passive support skills from any class made party customizing a fun and integral part of the game. Bravely Second did little to change the gameplay of Bravely Default. It was a true sequel, and not much needs to be mentioned here other than the team behind both games was nearly identical. Tomoya Asano not only produced the 3 previous games, but he also produced Octopath Traveler. He, along with others, have consistently been working on these games. They all have a distinctive flair to them. They were made expertly to be played on a handheld gaming device, and this could not be truer for any of these titles than it is for Octopath Traveler. Similar to Bravely Default's missions to acquire different jobs, each of Octopath's story moments play out in a short and episodic nature. It has that Saturday morning cartoon feel to it. Every chapter starts off with a "last time on Dragon Ball Z" kind of summary, and sure, there is some semblance to an overarching storyline, but most of the time it feels like every chapter is another day of helping someone in. But it still drives the story forward in some capacity. What ultimately makes the approach perfect for the Switch is that each chapter takes less than 1 hour. Hopping in and out of the game using the console's sleep function just feels natural. The boost point system is the next evolution of the Bravely Default style of battle. It allows for multiple attacks or stronger special attacks and spells. The ability to attack a foe multiple times is extremely important because if an enemy's weakness is used, multiple hits can lead to a break in the enemy's defense, allowing the player to deal large amounts of damage to that enemy. It also prevents that enemy from acting the next turn. This, coupled with boost points, makes for engaging battles every time. Even mundane field encounters are made to be fun and strategic test of skill and wit. All of Octopath Traveler's easy-to-follow story and great gameplay is accompanied by what is one of the best scores to come from a video game in recent memory. In a console generation where music seems to be taking a backseat to ambient noise and mood-setting pieces that lack heart and soul, Yasunori Nishiki manages to bring Octopath to life with his amazing music. Every battle, story beat, and setting is punctuated by a breathtaking piece of music that Nishiki should be praised for. Octopath Traveler is a once-in-a-decade kind of game. Its melding of fun and relatable characters, great gameplay, and amazing score are nothing short of brilliant. This game deserves every bit of praise that it gets and then some. Go play Octopath Traveler right now if you haven't. It will not disappoint.